Well, good morning. It's good for me to be back from fish camp. We had 24 boys at Lake James Christian Camp. Horse camp was going on. Both horse camp and fish camp ended Wednesday evening. So this is Thursday morning. The main camp is still going on. They had a bunch of kids. I didn't get the number, but there's seemed like they were everywhere. But it's good to be back. And we're listening in to Paul's letter to the church in Rome as he's addressing the Christians there. He's saying, you need to realize that you're not better than anyone else. You Gentiles who have been invited into the kingdom of God, you're not better than the Jews. In fact, while you were in rebellion, the Jews were God's people. Now the Jews are in rebellion, and you get to be God's people. He's showing mercy to you, and he has demonstrated that everyone needs Jesus. And that's where we pick it up here in verses 30, 31, and 32. For just as you once were disobedient to God, but now have been shown mercy because of their disobedience, so these also now have been disobedient, that because of the mercy shown to you, they also may now be shown mercy. For God has shut up all in disobedience, so that he may show mercy to all. What a genius design. God's law demonstrated to the Jew, you are a transgressor. And without God's law, the Gentile did not have a relationship with God until he came to the Jewish nation. He came to the Jewish tabernacle, the Jewish temple, where he could meet with God. But in general, all of the Gentiles were in rebellion against God, and the Jewish people, the Hebrews, had his law, had his covenant through Moses and the prophets. And yet now, he's demonstrating mercy toward the Gentile, and the Jewish people have rejected Jesus, and he has demonstrated that all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. There's no difference between the wealthy and the poor. There's no difference between the male and the female. There's no difference between any human and any other human being. We're all shut up, imprisoned in disobedience, so that he can show mercy to every one of us. There are those that have folded their arms and set their jaw and said, I know better than God knows. And he's not the kind of a God that he should be. He should be tolerant and giving and flexing. He should be not so demanding. Well, they're asking for something that's not justice. They're seeking for their own validation. They're seeking affirmation of their own philosophy. And rather than coming to the Bible to be informed, they come to the Bible to inform God. They come to this conversation with their Creator, and they're trying to instruct him rather than be instructed by him. So today, let's commit ourselves to recognize that whether we comprehend all the dynamics and complexities of what God has done and is doing, obviously we don't comprehend that, but we trust him. We know that he loves us. He's demonstrated that love through Jesus Christ on the cross. He's demonstrated his power through Jesus Christ at the empty grave and the exaltation to the kingdom. We can trust him. You can trust him. And I want to encourage you today to know that you can trust God for one reason. I'm not looking at the power that he's demonstrated or the mercy or the grace. You can trust God because he loves you. And we love you too.